What's going on YouTube? It is here, White Venom here, yet again with our yearly update for our new and improved Ghost cosplay for Modern Warfare 2 that just came out recently. As you know, Christmas is upon us. It is, I think, the 21st right now. Either be, you're probably watching this on Christmas Day or after. It's probably sometime in the future, so I'm glad you guys made it here to this video. So I want to do a little recap for you guys. Last, I think 2 years ago, I believe, I made my first 2019 Ghost for the Modern Warfare 2019 kind of version of that port. Of course, you have here the same mask I used for that same cosplay, but I will be going in depth for you for the new and updated version of the Modern Warfare 2 variant of Ghost and how that kind of changed since the 2019 edition. Those what I got new and what was made better for this costume. I do improve a lot since then. So be really excited for you guys to get started on here. So without further ado, let's get right into it and see what we can have here for our main Ghost cosplay. Alright, to kick things off, we of course have our really cool jacket that came in. This is part of Ghost's kit. Really what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going from the basic kind of underwear clothing of what he wears, and then we'll get on to the real deal of the equipment that he wears as well. So first off, this is going to be what is known as the TACVASEN Fleece Lines Softshell Tactical Jacket in a size medium. I at first got a size large, thinking to be, of course this is from Amazon, so I'm guessing I was kind of wondering and scared about the sizing about the jacket, so I wasn't sure if it's, you know, the usual Chinese size, American size. You know how, you know, websites can be, sometimes they can be finicky, so I got a large, ended up being too loosey-goosey on me, so I gave that actually to my brother, and I ordered a medium, and it fits a lot better. But the cool thing about this, though, is it is pockets galore. Pockets galore on this thing, and it's a really actually decent jacket for the price. I think it's about maybe about 40 or some bucks on Amazon. And it's, of course, fleece lined, so we can keep you nice and warm during the winter style. So it has your front style kind of hand pockets in the front here. It has side pocket on the shoulder, as well as one near the forearm on the left side. And over here it has another, again, a shoulder pocket over here. As far as the patches go, it does have the Union Jack, one Union Jack flag on here, as well as two little Velcro glint tapes, IFAK glint tapes here on the side. More or less on the jacket itself is really nice. Again, more of the armpits kind of zipper right here for loosening, you know, your body odor, whatever, make you sweat less. Two types of, you know, back fanny, if you would call it, zippers right here, pockets for keeping your hands warm back there. Whatever, it's kind of cool. I like it. I mean, I actually wear this for everyday life as well. So actually, in these colder months in December, getting into January, February here in North Carolina, it does keep it really handy. So I really do appreciate the look and feel of this. The pants themselves are your basic as you can get jeans, the dad jeans, whatever you call it. They're very basic, very casual style jeans. I mean, honestly, I think it's really nice that he actually can use jeans for the first time. Seeing Ghost wear jeans is kind of a weird thing to see, though, but you know, it's comfortable. The way it can, at conventions, I can be very low key, very casual, wearing these cool jeans, and I like them. They're really nice. These are not too special at all. I wear these all the time anyway at home, so they're really not special at all. So as far as the boots go, these are, of course, the Ozark trail hiking boots. They're waterproof. Now, the really cool thing I found out about these boots is they're actually named the Simon boots, which is really cool because obviously we know that Simon Ghost Rally is the name of our character that we're cosplaying. So it goes hand in hand. I was at first using my Molle Webbed ventilators, which was the kind of the brown your everyday military type boot, but I in fact went more of the black style. That's what he uses in game. I'm not quite sure what the boot he actually uses in the game. Someone else might know that better, but I found that the Ozark trails are, you know, closest to what that is. They're black. They look the part, and they're also named Simon. So I went, hey, I'll go with that. And they actually really come from boots. And I got these again at Walmart, so they're about $50 or so. You know, not too bad, but they're still pretty good boots for, of course, using it for cosplay. And to end things off on the top part is going to be our gloves, which is known as the, I believe I'm pronouncing this wrong, the QEPAE QEPAE skeleton cycling gloves. Now these were from Amazon. A lot of these items that I'm going to be showing you for today are from Amazon. So if I butchered that name, I do apologize for that. But they, again, the looking of the gloves are really fantastic because in the campaign, Ghost does seem to be wearing some type of skeleton type of gloves. So it's kind of hard to decipher what the actual kind of look of them was or what brand they were. So I went with these the best. There's definitely other types of companies that do produce skeleton hand gloves, but I went with the look of these the best overall. Now, I mean, again, these are nice little cycling gloves here. They're not too bad. They fit really nicely. They have little finger placements here for if you're holding your rifle, whatever, and little sorry for the focus, and a little padding on the inside where the palm is, and near the of course, this part of your hand. Not sure what that is called, but they fit really nicely. Give you a little test fit here too. These are, I believe, the size medium. Again, they fit really nice. Really cool look. So I mean, I dig them. They're really soft and they're really breathable as well. So not too bad. And those are going to be the gloves. So now we're going to move on to starting off the main equipment for him as well. Alright, now we're moving on to the leg portion of the loadout kit, which is the leg harness, or I usually call it the repelling harness. So this is actually known as the Fusion Climb half body harness. This is one that you can use for rock climbing, rappelling, whatever. These are really decent because they go around the waist and around the thighs, and they're actually really nice. They're made well, and then again, this is made come from Amazon. The only thing I did differently about the Fusion harness is that I did remove the actual rubber logo that was right here and which just stitched on. All I gotta do this is take it off, and that looks like it's part of the video game equivalent of the one from the actual game. And then all you gotta do is slip it on over your thighs, hinge it up around your waist, and of course tighten it up around your thighs too, and it looks really nice, part of what Ghost does wear in the game. Alright, so for his belt line, Ghost is rocking a kind of this Molle Webbed Battle Belt with a Cobra belt buckle. It's not really branded. There's no brand because, again, this came from Amazon. There wasn't really a brand or a company that actually made this type of Molle battle belt. But it is a decent kind of battle belt. It has like a lot of Molle webbings right here, little straps for harnesses, whatever. And it gets the job done for looking the part. Along the actual Molle webbings around the actual belt itself, we got lots of pistol mags, pouches, accompanied for whatever Ghost needs. There's a lot of pistol mag pouches and pistol mags for God knows what reason. But here we are. So to begin on the right side, your left of the belt setup, here we have, of course, this universal pistol mag pouch. Can be used for any kind of pistol mags. I run the Glocks here, as you can tell by the pistol mags right here. The only thing here is that it was made mainly for a belt buckle. I mean, like a belt, not so much a Molle web. So I actually did have to snip away some of the Molle webbings inside here to actually snake that through here. That way it can actually stay. And it's pretty stable right here, so far. Pretty good. Again, these are Kydex holsters, so you can hold anything inside. These are 2 spare Glock mags that I had that can fit just nicely inside here. On to that side is a tactical, kind of a foldable dump pouch. In the game, it looks a little differently what it could actually be, but I ran with the dump pouch just for, whatever it is. Going on the backs here is a really interesting find. It is known as the Tounlinx, I believe I butchered that name, but I do apologize. The link will be in the description below. Sorry about that. So the Tounlinx tactical rubber training knife. So this is one of the very old school style of training knives, or the airsoft knives that they did sell on IFAK. So it looks pretty nice. Again, Amazon buy. It's pretty, it is a fake knife, so no need to get dangerous or anything, but it does a little sharp point, so pretty nice. Pretty little fake little training knife. It is the part of the nice Tanto style that Ghost does have in the game. And it just, what I did was I just basically zip tied it to the back of the Molle webbings here to keep it in place so it doesn't go anywhere. And off to the left side here of the Molle webs of the battle belt, we're getting more pistol mag pouches. This is one that I had just sparing around for my last 2019 kit that I just reused for this kit. having some more spare mags in here that I think they're like the Beretta mags, just looking the part. Don't mind that at all. And of course, one more pistol mag pouch just right here with the flaps over them instead of having off them. And from here, this things get a little weird as I have a Airsoft speed loader in here as well as another toy pistol mag pouch, which is pretty nice. This is for Airsoft. I mean, this is for just cosplay. Not meant to be taken seriously, but it does look the part, and I think it does a pretty good job. Alright, so for the main plate carrier setup for Ghost, it is definitely a vast upgrade from the 2019 edition where it was this complicated mashup of an AK chest rig with a plate carrier underneath and then this weird poncho cape with a shamag. It was a lot to carry. It was very cumbersome and also got very hot very quickly. I was very uncomfortable wearing that kit because there was a lot of just parts and pieces there. It just didn't add up quite right, but I think this one is the best option for Ghost. This is a simple plate carrier. It's straight to the point, and I'm very used to wearing plate carriers already from past Airsoft experiences, and of course have my own real life plate carrier here, so I'm very used to getting this on and off and without it being too cumbersome. So this is actually a really nice setup, and in fact the look of the plate carrier is known as the Emerson LBX 420. Blaze it, nice plate carrier, and this is actually of course, obviously a Airsoft replica of what is known as the LBX. I think the 4020 version of that. I'm not quite sure the numbers, but to be fair, that is a very inexpensive way to get the vest. I'm not spending almost $300 on a brand new vest, which I did not want to do. I didn't want to spend almost $300 on a brand new plate carrier just to use it for cosplay. So if you catch my drift there, I wanted to go as cheap as possible, but I wanted to make sure that I get the look of the plate carrier correct as possible. So in the game, it does obviously reflect the real life LBX 4020 style of vest with the very distinctive zipper in the front here. A lot of this actually came from eBay, hard to believe, not Amazon. And it was a very tricky find. I want to make sure I got that part right. So a lot of I would say the LBX style plate carriers have a lot of different styles. Some of them have like little quick release panels right here, as well as a quick release things right here for the cummerbund. So I didn't want to get that right because that wasn't what Ghost does wear the game. Ghost has a distinctive LBX style, which I wanted to make sure I got that right. So the Emerson LBX 420 Blaze It plate carrier is a great substitute for that. It's cheap. It's of course obviously a cheaper option than buying a brand new LBX plate carrier, and it does the job. And one cool thing about this though, when I got it in the mail, I knew obviously I had to get actual plastic sappy plates inside, but in fact Emerson, or the company that sold it from the eBay website, was kind enough to already have it pre-filled with some very thick sappy type of foam that mimics the look of a actual plate style, which is really nice because then I didn't have to spend more money getting actually plates that way they're already inside the plate carrier, which saves me time and actually saved me money on getting new ones, which is really great on their part. I really think that was a really nice job including those already in the plate carrier. So first off, on the front here, for our main panel setup here, we do of course have a Tactical Z112 push-to-talk radio system for my my headset. These two came from eBay. Very simple. That's what he wore in the game. One of the missions, I believe the Ghost Team mission, which was the most accurate depiction of what I saw him wearing in the game. That's of course screenshot. Moving down more here, we do of course have a 6-slotted shotgun shell holder, whatever. In the game, normally it does look like it's kind of bare. There's nothing kind of shells inside, but having that more or less in here, I want to have a little bit more realism and to have actually some shells inside. Down than that, there is a British SAS Velcro tape right here, right where the little bit left of what the Velcro is on that panel there. So over here is a really interesting kind of combination that I come up with myself. And this is known as, of course, the Adventure Force Falcon Roleplay Set. And this is, if you know, for Walmart, this is one of the toy gun type of Kydex holsters that you can look like if you're gonna, you know, your I would say everyday carry style you can hold on your vest. And it comes with this like really nice Kydex type holster, and in fact, the gun I actually used was this 1911 style right here that I had purposely repainted to, was going to use it at first, but that I knew in the game Ghost does in fact wear a distinctive Glock in the front of that mag holster, that Kydex holster. So I had to do without. But this is a really cool gun. I mean, obviously, if you're a kid or like me, like 27 years old, and saw this at at the store, that is so cool. I mean, obviously, sadly, I can't use it here because it is in 1911 though, and the light does kind of somewhat work. I mean, it's a nice little gun. I think it's pretty nice, but sadly, I do have to replace it with again another Adventure Force style Glock that I did actually end up reusing from my 2019 kit into here, and it fits just nicely snug into there where it won't fall out. It's not too awkward, and it fits just nice in here. And I didn't feel like spending a lot of money on a Airsoft BB style Glock and get a separate holster for all that configuration. I went more of a cheap option, and it still looks the part, and still looks great, and it still looks like it's part of the kit, which is nice. So take that out for now, just for the showing here. Is a really cool setup here because the LBX, the Emerson LBX, did come in fact with a 3-slotted panel here, which of course you put 3 rifle mags, and it's all buckled up here. The buckles up here are terrible. The buckles up here are so hard to get in because you had to get the fabric used in here is such a very tight fabric, and it's very hard to pinch that buckle here. I had to actually get in with pliers to get the buckle just undone. But however, though, in the game, the panel itself is a flat motley panel, and there's no kind of rifle mags on it here, sadly. So I ended up going on eBay once again and looking for just a flat buckled panel. Again, this is no name, it's no branded, it's just a plain tactical Molle rifle placard. So with a swift clip in it. And I had to do a little bit modding because the clip that did come with this panel was a bit too large for the smaller clips for this panel. I mean, obviously you can see the difference here. So I had to take these off, reattach them, and glue them to this panel. That way they can easily snug fit in here. It was a bit lengthy too because these parts don't line up as accurately as these do. But I worked with it best I could, and I think it still looks the part, and it captures that same essence though. As far as that though, the harness setup for the actual Glock, it's actually all glued together with nylon straps, and these serve no purpose though. Because it is a weird configuration. Rather it having just be Molle attached to the combat vest, to the plate carrier, but Call of Duty being Call of Duty, it is all strapped and Molle through here with numerous different buckles here throughout this one. So it's actually folded in around itself here, and going in more around here. It is more kind of Mollied and with a nice little ring on the back here, if you can kind of see right here. All strapped together, all glued together with lots of buckles here. Now to get this bad boy on and off, it is not that terrible of an ordeal. If I could get this refigured right here. So when taking this on and off, I made it in a way that I knew that this front piece would be a difficult part to get on and off with. So with the amount of buckles and things that go around this vest here with this one single pistol holster, I made it one little buckle right here to easily, because of course these are all zip tied down. All these right here are zip tied down, that way they don't move and sling around when I'm moving or walking around. So this one little buckle deattaches right here, that way this can move freely, and I can easily take this up and take it off when I need to, on and off, and then when I'm ready to put it back on, I just easily get my little buckle, and it's good to go, and it looks like it never, was there. So it's really nice. So going on, start babbling about that. So more about the right side cummerbund. I have your typical cat tourniquet, as well as, let me see if we can get in frame. Sorry if I'm losing you guys in the frames here. So of course we have a very unique find. It is a rifle mag pouch with a 4-slotted shotgun shell pouch as well. So again, these are eBay finds. There's about 2 of them, one on each side of the cummerbund here on the back here. So it's a very unique find. It's part of the kit, and I was lucky enough to find it on eBay. So searching for that. So really cool knife. And this is of course an airsoft mag, so it's not real, so not have to worry about that. As well as a small little flashbang pouch that not pouch, but a flashbang itself that I did borrow from the 2019 kit up here, and is of course rubber banded really tightly on the back of the cummerbund. So on the back panel, things get a little tricky here. One of my favorite back panels I have here. So there's a lot of things that are back here. We of course have a nice little side piece right here, a nice little shotgun to go along with the shotgun theme. Howling shells here. Gotta have a sidearm shotgun, a breacher shotgun on the back here, just in case. Add more realism, add more coolness to the kit. Even though he does not wear this in part of the game, it does make things a little bit cooler, a little more believable. That way, he's not just randomly wearing shotguns around his belt line, whatever. So this is actually an old Airsoft one, spring shotgun that I've had for a long time, many years. I've been wanted to use it for a ghost kit for a long time, and now I have the proper use for it right now. So it is very zip tied in the back here because I couldn't find a really shotgun holder or holster that way. On the Molle Webbed, I'm sure there's one out there, but I don't know. So it's a lot of zip tying around here and around here to make sure it is secure, doesn't fall off my plate carrier or whatnot, and it looks looks nice. Below that here is known as, I believe, the LIVANS Tactical EMT IFAK rip-away pouch. So this is part of a kit that I thought was really accurate, that I really graciously found on Amazon as well. And it has this very distinctive top buckle and rip-away side pouch with that nice little medic patcher here. So cool, like I said, it's rip away. That way you can actually rip it away, unbuckle it and rip it away if you need it to any kind of boo-boo kits or anything like that. But stuffed inside is just some foam, because I know I won't be using this actually as a kit. So some foam inside kind of looks like it's filled with something. On below that, off to the left, it is of course known as the Excellent Elite SPANKER, weird name, Tactical Universal Radio Pouch. This mimics kind of the Ranger Kit PRC 152 style, along with my PRC 152 dummy radio that's hollowed out, going on with the cord from the PTT right here all the way through the mollies. And of course, as you can tell earlier, like I said, the nice little O-ring that does have everything I needed for the pistol Kydex pulser from the front here, as well as more on the left side cummerbund is, and again, like I said, another rifle mag pouch with the 4-slotted shotgun shell holster right here. So as well as one more thing, it is known as the just another tactical Molle style dump pouch. In the game, it's actually turned this way horizontally, which I found very hard to replicate, as Molle webbings and things like that were kind of hard for me to get right. So I said bump it and just went with it just straight up vertical like this, and not twist like it has in the game. So it is what it is. I really honestly don't care. You can't really tell anyways, but it looks the part, and I think I'm pretty happy with the end result of all the things that came to, sorry for the squeaking tripod here, of all that came for the this kit here. So again, pretty proud. And now I'm going to move on lastly to the last few things for the kits, and then we will be done. Alright, to wrap things up here, I have, of course, for the headset that Ghost does use, is known as the OPSMEN Earmor Airsoft Tactical M32 Mod 3 headset. So this is kind of the nice iconic look for what Ghost does use. Of course, I used the Comtac 2 setups for the 2019 kit, which I don't think is really accurate. But these are the Mod 3s, the M32s are a lot better. They're supposed to be noise canceling. And I think they do the part here. They have a nice, of course, part that hooks into my Comtac PTT, sorry. Nice little swivel of the little mic here. And they are actually really nice communication headsets as opposed to my Z Tactical Compact 2s, and so these are actually really nice for the price. It does cancel out a lot of noises. You can actually, it feels like, you know, your firing range type of earmuffs headsets that you do wear like on ranges and stuff that cancel out a lot of noise. So even putting these on by themselves, they hunker down that noise, which I really appreciate, and they really get the job done. And I think, you know, these are pretty good for the price. Alright, the moment we'll all be waiting for is, of course, the mask. What can I do for the mask? Now, this is not the actual official type of mask that Ghost does wear in the game. I will state that this is kind of like your average Spirit Halloween foam mask that of course I picked up before the season ended at Spirit. Now I thought it looked, you know, they looked the part of a nice, you know, I could see this being a Ghost mask. So I modded it a bit. I kind of trimmed up the access, not being so bulky, and made it more fitted to how Ghosts look in from Modern Warfare 2. The best I could from this mask, though. So I did a lot of painting, repainting, and making it feel very weathered. Adding in some details here with the hot knife here and here, and some more cracks into where, you know, it's that kind of Ghost look here. As far as the mask goes, is again a nice little Amazon find. I did end up hand sewing it all myself. Some more of the details here from here, as well as hand sewing it all around the edges right here, and of course hand painting it all myself as well. From the stripes down here for the jawline, as the stripes along the skull here. There is a bit more of an excess because when I do wear it, the end tail here of the balaclava does tend to poke out when I'm wearing the jacket though. So this right here, I just kind of tug it in under my jacket. That way it kind of hides it better and not so looking floppy when I do wear it around. So I probably will end up getting a newer mask that people 3D print all over Etsy and stuff like that. So I know you guys are really looking for more people that are actually 3D printing these kind of masks for the game, either the 2019 edition or the 2022 edition, whichever one you prefer. There's lots of different retailers and sellers that are 3D printing these style of masks to better fit what you need for your costume or your collector's items, whatever you may be. So maybe in the near future, I probably will update this mask, but for now, it does pretty good. You know, it looks pretty strong. It has that nice iconic faux meme that we all know and love so much, so it's pretty good, and I actually love it. I love the time and effort I did put into making this as accurate as I could to how Ghost looks. So the last little thing we're going to do about Ghost's kits and hardware is, of course, his GAT, which is known as the Panther Arms DPMS SPR. And this is actually the steel BB version of this weapon. It's not the Airsoft version. Of course, I don't think they actually make it Airsoft version. It's just actually just a steel BB weapon for this though. But I actually found this at a local gun store. It looked really nice. It had that kind of Ghost aesthetic to it, which I was really liking. I had my first kind of tanned and snake-skinned M4, which I was recently working with all the black kind of look for Ghost's look. So I saw this. It had like a little SPR look to it, a little flash art, a little suppressors. I think it looked pretty good. So this is, of course, plastic. Most of the hardware, the receivers, the railing, and everything here, they're all plastic here, except for like, I'd say the trigger or the selector switch here. The cool thing about this though, it actually comes already with a forward grip here, as well as little sights here. Really nice for the sights here. And the cool thing about this though is, for if you're going to conventions and whatnot, you can easily take off the suppressor, or if you call it the flash hider, whichever you want to call it. You can easily take that off. Whoops, there it goes. And put on a safe orange tip for conventions. That way you're not bullied by the staff there at the conventions or the police officers that are there, to make sure that you are indeed safe and not looking like a criminal on CNN News. So we don't want that. But otherwise, it is a pretty solid little piece of hardware there. Obviously, I will not be using it for the purpose of using steel BBs. You can house CO2 cans inside the magazine here. I did actually end up covering that up with some electrical tape. That way you don't see the insertion of place where you put in the BBs, all that stuff here. But I do hate that though. This is the heaviest part of this entire weapon here, is that big old block of, you know, metal right there that does house, of course, the CO2 necessary for the BBs to shoot through, all that. So this is the heaviest part of this actual weapon here. The only thing additional that I did put up here, of course, is the accessories. This, which is the light here. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind you right there. But the light here is pretty nice. I did get it off of Amazon. Once again, it is a no branded kind of flashlight. It does come with, of course, a little pad, little push pad for your light. That is seen in the game. I did try to replicate that best I could to what Ghost used on a certain mission. Again, I think I'm referencing this from the Ghost Team mission in Modern Warfare 2. So it worked really good. I liked actually the way it works is you can actually strobe it and use it this again. It's not the greatest one, but for the price, you know, it's decent to what it looks like. As for the scope, it is known as, of course, I think the red dot emoji, what if you want to call it. It's the red dot sight. They're very cheap versions of this. And it does come with, of course, little dust covers here that you can flip open. I do believe that Ghost did use this sight in one of the missions. I'm again referencing the Ghost Team mission. That it does have this kind of sight on there. But other than that, you know, it's a pretty, you know, cool looking Ghost. Referencing again the Ghost gun. You know, it's pretty cool. I like it, and it's going to be used for props, and cosplay is not going to be intended for the real use of using steel BBs, but I like the look of it, and I think for cosplay usage, this is doing just fine. So I hope you guys have liked the video. I'm sorry it wasn't really in-depth this time around. I know I took a little bit more time on my 2019 one about 2 years ago. Hard to believe it's been 2 years already since that old video. So it's still getting lots of views, which is really surprising. So if you like this one too, hopefully it gets that amount of views right now as well. Maybe not as much. I did a little sloppy this time. I know it's Christmas break. I just got out of school myself, so I'm ready to, you know, hit the hay and play some Call of Duty myself, speaking of this. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like if you want to, some comments if you feel nice, if you have any kind of questions or anything, or also subscribe. You know, I don't have a lot of subscribers here, so I don't really get on that much with YouTube anymore like I used to back in the day, but, you know, subscribe if you want to. If not, cool, whatever. But thank you guys again for joining again. I hope you guys, once again, enjoy the video, and have a lovely Christmas, New Year, and regular days if you want to in the future. Bye, guys.